Greetings everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed here and welcome back to the second chapter of Träumerei. We've been through the 0th chapter, which is not canon. Been through chapter 1, which is canon, and now number 2, which I hope as well as canon. Leave! Yeah, so we're going to the gallery, I believe, or galloway. Here is the spirit. One in which we interacted with in the mirror in the first chapter. Shouldn't have come here, child. Remove my skull from the earth if you must, but why did you have to bring it here? Lydia, I'm sorry, I just wanted to give you a proper burial. Look, that newcomer is speaking with the devil. No, that's not the devil, it's a ghost. He could be talking to himself. Hey. Don't his eyes look familiar? He could be related to that escaped witch, the one who killed our old minister. I am not a witch. Arrest him! I'm innocent, I swear. I mean for no harm to befall any of you. Cover your ears. Don't let him cast a spell on you. These kind of backward societies are very, very annoying. What about the sweeter girl? Oh right, she's been with that witch this whole time. Do you suppose that the witch placed her under a spell? That's a possibility, but she's always kept her nose in a book. Not to mention that she only ever talks to her sister. Not again, not again. And her schemes, she's too forward and stubborn. It's very unbecoming. Excuse me? Hush! The minister's speaking. Never mind, Henrietta, she is innocent. We shouldn't blame the victim when the real witch has been locked behind bars. Henrietta, why don't you go back to your sister? She must be worried about you. I'm sorry, but it's no longer safe here. Sister, I must get Adelaide and leave town. That'll be the wisest course of action to do, considering what's just transpired. Hello? Adelaide, the trials are happening again. We got off the hook last time, but we're older now. The town might turn on us if we stay any longer. You can go, but I'll stay here. Sister, I lived in this house my whole life, so I do not mind dying. Shut up! You're coming with me! I'll just slow you down, Henrietta. Please, leave me be. No. I won't leave my only sister in this town, just so that she can rot away. What happened to you, Adelaide? You're here, but... You are here, but I still miss my sister. I'm sorry. We need to leave, even though I have to carry you myself. You're a lot heavier than you look. Can you get up? Adelaide, please say something. Medicine. We don't have enough for medicine, but I know someone who does. Wait here, sister. What are you doing? I'm breaking into prison. You want to get Noël out? I wonder if this is how Lydia must have felt like. Spending time alone in this cell, waiting for death. But I have no intention of dying. I'll escape, find a better burial site for Lydia's skull, and then I'll find mother, father, and grandmother. But how do I escape? That is a good question. A simplistic stone bench. And why are you here with me? So, nice weather today? Are you going to say anything? Fine, just ignore me. Do you make it a habit of executing children? But you're not. A child? No, of course you are. I mean, you're not human. Is that what I'm here for? Witches and wretched humans that make pacts with the devil. You, on the other hand, are something else entirely. Is that it? You're just going to condemn me on an assumption? Or are you just following the orders of your minister? I know this may be hard for you to understand, but right or wrong, this is for me to decide. I answer to no being on earth. Of course you would be that stubborn. A dead end. Yeah, we know. We know. Oh, how I miss the outside world. You've only been here for half an hour. Yes, and that is precious time that I'll never get back. 30 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. So dare you to try and simplify things down. This is not the time to rest. I wonder, how will I get out of here? Oh, I know. Those that are gullible enough to fall for it. Good thing my teeth are sharp. Mishnan, I think the air is affecting my lungs. I feel ill. I'll get help. Nailed it. Sank it in. Oh no, he broke a simple lock. He must obviously be a witch. Let's hang him. Ugh, how did my grandmother ever end up here? Upon picking up the old weathered silver lock, it easily crumbles to dust in your hands. That was almost too easy. Leave a prison cell? Well, yeah, absolutely. Hello there. What are you doing out here? I was going to save you. I decided to save myself. Alright. Footsteps, it's supposed to. Quickly, follow me. Follow me out of here. An empty room is too dark to see inside. Oh, dearie me. What are you doing? Put them in the box. Please stay in this trunk until I come back and get you. I can't go there. Oh, the dark room? Do you want to go inside the... Wait, where is the dark room now? Hide, yes. It's obvious, but maybe they'll overlook it because of that. Ah, good. We've found the vampire, Sylvia. Don't look so surprised. Do you think I wouldn't notice your lack of reflection? You didn't have to hit him. Does that count as a game over? First off, how long have you been alive? Vampires are virtually immortal from what I've heard. I don't know about that, but I'm definitely too old to deal with this. In annoyance, Sylvia grabs a bucket of water and non-hesitantly throws it in Noël's direction. What the hell? Ugh. How am I feeling pain? Holy water. Sylvia? He looked tired. I can't do anything about my face. This is how I always look. What? That mark? You mean my scar? It's the witch's mark. He's definitely in league with them. We must burn the witch, Annalene. It's a scar, not a witch's mark. Tell me, witch, vampire, whatever you are. Noël Rousseau. I thought the name sounded familiar, but then I recalled a red-eyed woman I met 10 years ago. It was due to her that my father executed an innocent woman. Because of her, that woman and my father are dead. You may not be her, but you lot are all the same. I'll finally fix my mistake and avenge Elia's and father's unjust deaths. If it wasn't for Delia Roosevelt, that poor woman would be alive and well, and the Sawyer twins wouldn't have to resort to thievery and schemes to survive. Minister, we must burn him now. We should, but we are a fair town. Since we are... You're not merciful! You would put on trial. You will be put on trial at dusk. Oh dear. He's a lot stronger than he looks. Ugh. Where did he go now? I went nowhere. There's no way out of there. Empty rooms. They are all empty. We better not see you here again. Hey, let me back in. This is so unfair. You know what? I better get going. I heard that Old Man down the road has a discount on apples. Lovely. It's not that I'm unhappy to see you, but I'm not happy to see you here. Adelaide, why did you leave the house? I don't want to lose you. I can't let you act so stupid all by yourself. Only one of us has to die after all. Adelaide, you can't do this. I won't let you. If you've forgotten, I'm your older sister. By 3 minutes, I am not leaving you. I'm fine.
I've been trying to sneak back into the prison, but those guards are just too much. Don't worry, sister. I've got it handled. Meh. Hi there. Greetings, Henrietta. Why do I even bother? You clearly have everything under control. Like I said, I don't need to be saved. I'm the hero of my own story. Yes, I can see that. What are you going to do with those two? Leave them. The rest of the town will eventually find them after we leave. You and your sister are coming too, right? Of course, it would be suicide not to. Good, but there's one little thing I must do. I haven't seen Lydia's ghost for the last few hours. It's probably a good sign, but... You still want to find her skull? She was practically your older sister. I think she deserves a nicer burial. Well said. Any clue as to where it could be? I looked through every room but could find nothing. This game skips a lot of time frames when, like, Noël had the skull, then somehow Noël doesn't have the skull, and now we're searching for the skull again. But all the more so we're jumping through different phases. Again with the shift being the same thing as skipping text. Holy water, long story. I can explain as we move along. I hate it when people put the sprint button the same as the skip text function. It's so annoying. Who's laughing now? Yeah, nobody, that's who. A wall. Yep, it is certainly a wall. A stylish cherry wood door adorned with a golden cross. Open the door. Upon opening the door, the two are confused by the horrific visage of a yellowing, grinning skull. Found it! I missed you, Lydia. Pick up the skull? Yeah, where did she get a gun? How should I know? Do not steal from us. She was a living person once. You can't just own her. What are you waiting for, young vampire? You're back? I never left. I've been here for the last 10 years and now so will you. Rip their heads off. You can do it, can't you? I'd imagine it would be pretty easy for a vampire. Just one small tug and their heads would fall like an apple. I'd imagine they would be just as red. Break their necks, like what they did to me. No, I can't. If you don't, they'll just murder people again, and again, and again. Any backwards occultic society. For your crimes of witchcraft, you, Noël Rousseau, will be placed on trial. Thanks. I apologise for taking you all out of the safety of your homes on the night of the full moon, but a great evil has befell upon our fair town, and it is our duty to cleanse ourselves of such wickedness. Today, on October 14, 1524, we have finally made amends with our past sins and caught a witch. That can't be. How could a mere child be a witch? What are you saying? Doesn't he look wicked to you? Yes, but please give me a moment of your silence. 10 years ago, a certain woman with red eyes had plagued our town with misfortune upon misfortune. Yet, exactly a decade later, a traveller with the most peculiar red eyes have shown up. Young or not, a witch will always be drawn to the evil ways of the devil. It is my belief the witch, Delia Roosevelt, sent her very own kin after us in order to save herself. However, as we are a merciful town, no you're not, we will grant him a fair and just trial. First up, Sylvia, the witch's mark. I can't see from here. Are they talking about his eyes? Yes, we have discovered that the witch was hiding his mark in plain sight. With magic. It's called makeup. I personally think it wouldn't hurt if you were to wear it more. See? The witch doesn't even try to deny it. Yeah, but if we were a witch, we would be trying to deny it, wouldn't we now? Next up, I'm sure you've all noticed his blood red eyes. Stop mocking my appearance. I can't help if this is how I look. I was born with these eyes. It's the exact same shade of that vile creature's eyes from 10 years back. We could go on, but I would rather we purge the earth of such a contemptible being as soon as possible. For example, we have discovered he is in possession of a spell book. He must have received it from the devil himself. It's a family heirloom, despite all this evidence for which still lives. Very well. Here is the most damning evidence of his incongruous misdeeds. A mirror? What is this? Where is this reflection? Devil's work? As you can see, the witch happens to also be a vampire. It wasn't enough for that witch to take the life of an innocent woman, but now a vampire has set its sights on our town. Had we not discovered this, our throats would have been all torn out while we sleep. I would never. What, you would never? You are a witch and a vampire. Wickedness flows through your veins. Next up, here are the witnesses. Let us go! Ouch! Tell me, girls, how did he put you under his spell? He didn't. He wasn't doing anything wrong. Don't be scared, we'll know you're innocent. You two will be safe from the gallows, I'll give you my word. Henrietta, leave my sister alone. We do not want your words. You killed Lydia, so please, don't shift all the blame to him. Burn them? The gallows aren't enough. I always knew those girls were trouble. No, they did nothing wrong. I bewitched them to follow my orders, and I am a vampire. Very well, Sylvia, let the Sawyer girls go. They've been through quite the ordeal. How could he just let them go? If I were him, I'd burn them. Do not blame them for the mistakes of others. All that matters is that we can finally be rid of one more blight on this fair town. Noël Rousseau? For the committing of the blasphemous crime of witchcraft, vampirism, and bewitchment, you will be sentenced to burn at the stake. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Why can't I break these ropes? Could it be from the holy water? But perhaps I will still be able to negotiate my way out of this. I'm not a witch. You say you're not a witch, and yet, how do you explain the witch's mark? Spellbook, red eyes, and lack of reflection. Even if you weren't, we are still obligated to execute you for vampirism. Admit that you are a witch. I'm not a witch. If you won't listen to reason, then burn. You do realize that we won't burn. That's the whole point of this. The flames, they're getting too high. Even if I escape, this whole town is here. I'm not sure how I'd be able to outrun all of them. And the only people on my side are Henrietta and Adelaide. All this because I wanted to see my family again. Why does this feel so familiar? I know I've seen such a situation play out before, but why can't I not remember? I do not want to die. I can't die. Not until I see my mother and father one more time at least. Now that we are finally rid of this vampire and witch, I'm not dead yet, we can finally be rid of another great evil wreaking havoc in our town. Earlier today I discovered the witch to be in possession of a skull. I do not know who this belonged to, but if the witch was after it, it must have a wicked purpose. Could it be from some sort of ritual? Or was he intended to bring back a dead soul? Of course, we all know necromancy is illegal. The safest course of action would be to burn the skull with the witch. Lydia's skull. That's right. I'm not the only one who they'll kill. What the? I pressed right! You know what? We're gonna get through the endings anyways. I can't. Sorry, I'm not a witch. Bad end silence. Oh dear. Remember, Noël, a vampire must never get near open flames. After all, only then a few specially made weapons. It is the only way I can die. I understand, Father. What do you mean, Father? I'm sorry, but those quick time events are no. Okay, that's better, but it takes several tries to do it. Almost there. Damn, the fire's getting too much, I can barely see. There you are. The flames are gone? Someone. Relight them before witch escapes. We should leave. Quick, cover your eyes or he'll come after us next. Blah. Lydia? Blah blah blah. You wretched devil, I hate you so, so much. Did that witch bring you back to life? Do not blame all of your misfortunes on the supernatural. I have learned the hard way that the living are far scarier than any ghost, witch, or vampire. Elaine, what are you doing? Pass me the torch. Lydia, I'm so sorry. You do not deserve to say my name, murderer. Delia did not kill me. Your family did. And now you're going to murder an innocent child. Blah. I curse you and all of your descendants, you miserable man. I was only fulfilling my duties. From now until the end of time, you will know no peace. You and all of your descendants will be subjected to 1,000 lifetimes of misfortune and tragedy. Even within the confines of sleep, you will find no respite. Goodbye, Minister. Let us never meet again, here or in the next life. What's going on? Easy there, I got you, Well, it's okay, you're okay now. Wah, I hate this wretched town. Come on, we're leaving. Let's get you up. No, we have to bring Lydia. Don't worry, I'm on it. I'm sorry it had to be this way. Same here. Whew. There. That was nothing. Yeah, says the girls who got to be carried this whole trip. Goodbye, Lydia. I may not have known you while you were alive, but I'll miss you. Noël, we're going back. It's fine. I just want to stay here with Lydia for a little while longer. Sure. Aw, thank you for everything, Lydia. I know now that I'll never be able to lead a normal life. It's best that I leave those two. They'll be fine as long as they have each other. Yes, a good thing we're all together. What's the question marks? Who spoke of that? Unless it's just Isu. Henrietta? Adelaide? You're so predictable. We knew you were going to attempt to leave. We don't care if you're a vampire, witch, or something else entirely. We've all we've got left, so let's be together always. Right. Lydia. It looks like it's not my time just yet. I'm sorry, but it seems like you'll be stuck with me for a little bit longer. December 1610-8. So it jumped nearly a century forward. Are you sure you can carry those, my dear? Oh, we're back with this kind of uniform. It certainly is a little different. Please, Lydia, do you think you're talking to... let's see what Adelaide will say once you drop them. Are you crazy? I would never waste fruit. Are you alright? You look a bit pale. Oh, hush you, I'm always pale. If you say so. Did we forget something? Not that I know of. A table. A simplistic wooden door that can be found at the end of a bright lit hallway. Step inside, yes. Here, it would be nice to see my reflection for once. Lydia, how's my hair? It looks the same as always. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess you'll never find out. Adelaide! Noël, there you are. I'm no longer as sprightly as I was in my youth. Is it me or did you get taller? You need a rest. You're starting to sound like Henrietta when we were both your age. Impossible. I'm older than you two by at least a decade. And yet, you're still the same as ever. You do seem much happier than we first met. I'm glad. Adelaide? Adelaide, can you hear me? I'm tired, not deaf. Please leave the groceries on the table and get yourself something to eat. Whom are these girls anyways? Mirror. Yes, leave. So I wonder if our characters will ever, well, I wonder if Noël will ever find his parents. Lydia, you'll be fine, I'll promise. I think this is a goodbye, Noël. No, I can't let you. Henrietta's already gone. I can't lose you too. I'll get Adelaide. She'll know what to do. Again? Again with all this? No. Adelaide, wake up. Wake up. You can't be dead. I won't let you. You promised we'd always be together. Henrietta already broke her promise, so why'd you have to do the same thing? Your sisters... But you can't just leave me. Adelaide. She's gone, Noël. Lived a long life, though. Nearly a century. Lydia, what's happening to you? Now that they're dead, I have no reason to stay here any longer. But I'm still here. Don't you care about me? Of course I do, but death doesn't work that way. Those two knew me when I was still alive, but you... knew me after death. Lydia. I'm sorry, Noël, but I'll have to go. Please take care of yourself. No, I won't let Lydia die again. I just can't. I don't know why, but I really hate mirrors. Don't worry, my dear. You're safe now. Why did you have to go outside? You know magic is forbidden. No, I could never stay mad at you. Father? Yes, my son, what is it? Is Mother going to be okay? Oh yes, she is fine as long as we all stay together. We're the only ones left, but all that matters is that you two are safe. What are you doing? Just fixing her up. She's been a bit under the weather, but now she's as right as rain. Do you think I'll need to fix someone up in the future? I hope you don't have to resort to this, but I'll teach you the trick to bringing back the dead when you're older. Until then, why don't you read those books of yours that you love so much? I will, Father. Thank you. What was that awful music? I remember Noël hates music. Bring Lydia back. Lydia, you're back. Well, sort of. I'll figure out a way to get you out of this mirror eventually. Now that we'll always be together, it's like we're one big, happy family. Isn't that great? I wasn't able to bring them back, but I'll figure out somehow. Who is Lydia? You're Lydia. Stop lying. I know you remember. Are you really so mad at me that you resort to childish pranks? No. Don't tell me you've forgotten your name already. You're called Lydia Velaris. No, that doesn't ring a bell. How about me? I'm sorry, kiddo. I don't know who you are, I'm afraid. We spent nearly a century together. My dear godness, am I really that old? How about Henrietta? Adelaide? Delia Roswell? No, not at all. I'm not even sure who I am. I was hoping you would shed some light on it. You really don't remember anything. I don't. Where am I? Who am I? Your name is Lydia. and you are a mirror witch. Oh my, am I really? How exciting! And how about you? What's your name, my dear? Noël Rousseau. What a lovely name, Noël Rousseau. Please, just listen closely. What I'm about to tell you is a tale of a faraway land called Procession's Way. Once upon a time, there lived a healer named Lydia Valeries. True end. What about the normal ending? Oh, don't get her from the mirror. That's probably the way forward. Yay! Oh, that was much shorter than the other chapter of the game, but it's my speculations that this is a prequel to Chapter 1. Like, what we witnessed in Chapter 1 was after the events of, before the events of Chapter 1, because we witnessed Lily in the mirror, well, in Chapter 1, but in here we get to see Lydia in her real life form, or at least undead or spiritual real life form, as they were already dead. But yeah, that was another pretty good little tale, much shorter than the first chapter. The first chapter was much longer than this one, but this one, pretty nice indeed. But I did find the story a little bit here and there, everywhere, confusing. There's a lot of plot holes which could be filled in, like, where did the skull go initially? But yeah, pretty good overall. Pretty good. And the visuals will always be unique in their own ways, and I love these visuals. These two. The witch and the apothecary. Apothecaries are not bad people, thank you for playing. Yay! So the bad ending transpires of failing to save yourself at the stake. Noël and his parents. That would seem anyways. Would you like to access the bonus room? Absolutely! Absolutely indeed, I would love to access the bonus room. Let's go from left to right. You again. Character sheet. Read that beforehand. Read character bio. A kind-hearted apothecary who had been executed 10 years prior to the start of the story. She now resides in Procession's Way as a vengeful ghost, unseen to all except while Lydia has managed to retrieve her skull, the rest of her remains has been turned to dust. In life, she has been an enthusiastic, talkative, and opinionated, which are traits that were frowned upon for women during her time. She quite loved the idea of love and slowly grew to adore Lydia during the short time together. Had things been differently, their lives could have been perhaps been a whole lot happier. Like a couple. Hypothetically. More options. Art gallery. Wah! There's a lot here. Definitely a lot here. Don't think all of these are Lydia. I think that's just the whole art gallery in general. Storybook. That goes for the story of the siblings and Lydia. Coloured illustrations. Noël from the start. Bad end. Ah, yes, because we didn't decide to reach into the mirror there. Normal end, alone once more. True end, Procession's Way. You, and you. I believe those two are Noël's parents. But still, we need to find them physically. Creator commentary. Hi again, is Veynn, the creator of this game. Thank you so much for playing Chapter 2 of Träumerei. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did drawing it. The maps and NPCs were a lot more subdued this time, for the most part. but this chapter is much more grounded in reality, though the tone will shift back to a more colourful atmosphere for chapter 3. I learned even more techniques while working on this game. While compared to my previous projects, this one took the least amount of time. Working with warm colour palettes is always fun, but I want to experiment with maps in future installments of Träumerei. The next game will be titled Moonlight Circus. You can follow the developments on träumereiproject.tumblr.com. And until then, please stay tuned. Thank you. Right, I don't think there's anything else. View Sylvia's character bio sheet. Yeah, very strict. Very horrific as well. Like, she looks very intimidating from the get-go. A listless, bored, and melancholy nun with an affinity for guns. Despite her seemingly cruel appearance and mannerisms, she takes no sadistic joy in the witch executions her town conducts. The best word to describe her would be apathetic. Perhaps she had been a lively person at an earlier point in her life, but now her resemblance is out of a living corpse. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think these are just going to be it's just going to be the same. On all the characters, it's just going to be the same. So the first two, none. Right, Henrita's bio sheet. It's a shame we didn't get to spend more time with these siblings, because I really like them. This one in particular has a few resemblance to Annabelle. A very upbeat girl with a penchant for weary and deadpan remarks. She continues to smile so that Adelaide does not have to. Henrita's earnings stems from selling flowers and holy relics to gullible buyers in the town's surrounding processions way. Needless to say, the church is not pleased. Adelaide merely lets her do this out of either a sense of guilt or indifference. Okay. Our protagonist, Noël Rousseau, he doesn't change at all throughout the years. Read character bio. A somewhat impressionable vampire with a worrisome tendency of modelling his personalities and speech patterns off of his favourite fictional heroes and myths, much to the train of anyone that befriends him. At this point in time, Noël was a rather optimistic and cheerful individual, if a tad bit snarky. His main goals in life are to meet a dragon, rescue someone from a tower, and to find his family. So basically, Noël has looked at Shrek then. What's Shrek? Though he may or may not be wanted for fraud on arson in several countries, Noël may have lost contact with his parents 10 years ago, but he's positive he'll meet them again soon. After finding his grandmother, all his problems will finally fade. And the ill sister. Adelaide's character sheet. Lovely. Read character bio. Henrita's older sister by 3 months. While she loves her sister dearly, Adelaide can't help but wish for Henrita to quit fussing over her so much. Adelaide's life has been plagued with misfortunes, from losing her family at a young age to contradicting tuberculosis. She spends most of her days staring blankly at the large expanse of trees that surround her small cabin. Adelaide has all but resigned herself to an early death. Oh dear. But the game happened in no wait, it's not a whole century, it's like 60 or 70 years. It's like 1540 something. But then it transpired to 1610 or 20. And then it was that point when she eventually died. So I don't think 70 years is a very, very short amount of life. You still have a lot more years though. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Elaine chose to become the town's minister not out of interest or a fair desire to do good, but due to a misplaced sense of familial loyalty. As he no longer harbours any strong feelings of likes or dislikes, he is neither enthusiastic nor glum about his role. However, that is not to say that he does not place any virtue upon himself and Sylvia. His actions are mainly based off of observation. He believes the end justifies the means if an outcome will be beneficial towards the greater good. Yes, and the greater good is a self-defined explanation by anybody. Delia. Definitely shrouded in mystery, and the definite antagonist of Chapter 1. Delia was a reclusive and morose young witch with an affinity for attracting all sorts of trouble. While lonely and somewhat lazy, Delia has refused to find a familiar as she does not want to conform to old wives' tales and cliches, sorry. Her greatest strengths and weaknesses would be in her loyalty towards others. She occasionally leaves the woods to visit her sisters at a nearby city, While she immensely detests the bloodline of that family, she refuses to harm their younger members. She doubts she'll ever see Lily again, either here or in the afterlife. Resigning herself to a life of solitude, Delia leaves Procession's way. Right, well, we can save in here, but we do need to go back to the third save point in order to get the normal ending. No, I can't. Henrietta, Adelaide, Lydia, they hate me if I bring them back. If they want to die so badly, I should respect their wishes. But what will I do now? It's been 100 years, but I still haven't found mother, father, or grandmother. For all I know, they could have been killed during the witch trials. If anyone is still here, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. I may not have found my real family, but I'll miss all of them. I hope to join everyone someday, but for now, goodbye. And that, folks, is the normal ending and the second chapter of Träumerei. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will be seeing each other in the third chapter. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you will take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day.